All right, everybody, party time. We have the final tournament starting up today. 16 teams in total are going to fight for the prize pool of 1,000 euros. The Clutch Battles tournament. And we are on and good to go. Pretty hyped for this one because, well, we've casted a couple of qualifiers over the past few weeks. And now we are finally looking at the big tournament. There's a couple of invited teams, 16 teams actually, 8 teams qualified through the qualifiers, and we also have another set of teams that have been invited here, Nolpenki being one of them. So this is our first round right here. It's obviously also the newest patch, which means that we have seen a couple of changes that so far, at least on the agent side, haven't really made a difference. So as you can see right here, we don't have a Viper in play, so on both sides it's pretty much the traditional setup here. No big changes with the exception that we have for Nolpenki, one Jet player in action, whereas on the other side it's a Sage. So it's actually kind of interesting that Nolpenki is playing this without a support. Minimap has also been updated a little bit, as you can see, so you have vision cones now too, which is actually kind of neat and gives us a bit more of an edge here. But there's a heavy push out. I mean, look at that. Jet on the defender side is already aggressively starting to push out here, whereas Demonic is starting in this first pistol round a little bit slow. And I don't know, that's going to be the first battle that we have over here, and Jet might actually be victorious in this one. At least they know she's there. A little bit of a blind hit already happening, and Jet is eating the first bullet, but not threatened in any way just yet. But that push-out, of course, gave a lot of information here to Nolpenki already, and still a very, very slow approach from Demonic. So it looks like they're going to make a move for A, and they're pretty much stacking the entire 5-man here. They were initially hoping to maybe catch someone off guard and get an opening frag, but so far that hasn't really happened here. And now the shift over onto B, where we have pretty much only one single defender right now, and that's Destrian here. Also keeping an eye. Oh, okay, knows exactly what's coming right now, was keeping a bit of an eye onto Garage. But nothing happened over there, and here comes the spike plant. Waits it out, waits for the rest of the team to come in for the defense. But obviously, just look at that. Everybody for Demonic immediately falling back. Now, they planted the spike, obviously, in vision of the window on the other side. So they have a pretty good idea on what's going on there. But already, there's the hits coming through as they're trying to go for the first kill. One down on each side, but here comes the push through the smoke. Destrian gets one kill in. But there we have another one as Boo coming in from the side, taking one, taking two, and that's the first round for Nolpenki. Two of them surviving, Raze already on the defuse, and that means that our defending team takes the opening salvo and therefore the lead into all of this. Awesome, nicely done here by them. And yeah, that's a good start. Obviously allows them to go into a couple of SMGs in round number 2. Even a Bulldog here in play for the Omen player. And full armor, which is the more important part. Still a bit of a buy for Demonic, which is actually kind of interesting. So, of course, you see quite a lot of times the losing team of the pistol round just simply going into a full eco. Not buying anything. That's a little bit different here. They're actually still going straight in for their SMGs. And trying to win this round now as well. Yeah, so pretty interesting setup for them. And they get the opening kill too! Yeah, Cypher goes down, and now we have Vac pretty much alone over here on A. And he only has the Ghost. He actually didn't commit to anything. So when it comes to equipment, he doesn't really have a whole lot here. He's gonna go up against Omen if the trend continues. And Omen over here is just waiting patiently for someone to push out. It's actually kind of interesting because it's more or less the battle of who blinks first here, as Cypher is holding A long. And there's the kill! Nice! That's the second one! Great round so far for Demonic. Really good second round for them. They still have the 5-man completely set up here. And the only one on A is currently Sova. And Domenic is going for a very, very slow approach here now too. But there's the hit and a good headshot as Destrian comes in and takes Omen down. But Dala Dave with the immediate counter kill on the other side of the map. And the two Raze players are still going for a bit of a battle with one already down. But here's the spike plant. Destrian is now trying to push in. Gets at least a few shots connected as the wall came down from Sage to save the position here. And that's the second plant on B that we're now seeing from Demonic. And even the camera all the way up at the top left. So yeah, has to be taken out quickly. But that's of course additional information that they have now too. A little bit of the battle over here in the garage. And Doma takes Dolken down. 2 versus 2 setup now all of a sudden. And a chance for Nolpenki to turn this one around. I didn't check the side just yet. Has to go for the defuse sooner rather than later. And there's the wrap around the corner. Last man standing. Destrian with 1. Destrian with 2. And that's a wrap. Trying to go for the defuse here. And there's the victory. What a round for Nolpenki. Let's have a quick look at that again. That was actually sexy as hell. I mean, first of all, Doma just misses it in the last second, goes down, but then Destrian comes in, takes 1 down, runs out of ammo, switches onto the pistol, and gets the second shot connected. Well played by him. A 2-0 lead right now for Nolpenki. And that's, of course, a bit of a blow to Demonic. They bought in the last round, which means that they are now really low on equipment. And, well, for Nolpenki, as you can see, we now have still a fair amount of money in their hands. They still go a little bit for, not really an eco round, but they have to go for a half buy. We have a few Bulldogs in that immediately get put to the test as they're banging through the wall. And that really puts Sova low on Demonic's side. But, of course, Sage is ready. And I have to highlight again that we actually do not have a Sage for Nolpenki. So, playing without her. Back comes in again, gets another headshot connected. Beautiful kill. A little bit of a revenge for the last round between the two. And now a 5 versus 4 setup. Gets access to the orb as well. Locks it down quickly. 2 away from the ult. But could definitely need a bit of a heal. That's the problem when you don't run a Sage in your team. So he has to rely on maybe trying to get a drop on someone else here. A little bit of a push now through Garage that we have from Demonic in their quest for the first round victory. Yeah, and Sova's now moving in too, but already a kill. Gets some information, nice. Gets actually info on 2 of them. Armor down on the doors now too. And that's no way. Dolgan, the Sage player for Demonic, trying to push through here, but there's just nothing that they can do. They're getting swarmed from all sides at this point, and that's the 3rd round under the belt of Nolpenki. A fantastic start into the tournament here. The first round of the clutch battles, hosted by Lair.gg, of course. So, still relying on the equipment that they had earlier. We got a Stinger in this case for Sage. Saving for that operator, it seems. And in addition to that, we also have now the 2 Bulldogs, 2 Spectres. Whereas on the other side, of course, money is a little bit low, but they're still committing to a buy here. We have a few Sheriffs in play, 1 Ghost, and also a Phantom. It's actually the first rifle that is really coming to play. And they're starting to aggressively push now onto A. Yeah, there's a blind against Show, starts to hit the shots. Yeah, Cage is already up, but he gets completely swarmed. At the same time, Vac is coming around the corner, tries to somehow get a kill, but he's not able to do it. Now it's a 4 versus 3 situation as everybody is starting to push onto A. Again, Omen wrapping all around through the defense, so through the attacker spawn. But this isn't looking too pretty. Doma's already sitting at the top at the window. 1 underneath him. Tries to get the ult through. But not even that is working. Big problem for them. The C4 does at least a little bit of damage. He knows where they are. And there comes the headshot. Nicely done by Doma. Down to 10 HP on the other hand. That's a problem. 3 versus 2 setup. And there's the second showstopper that did absolutely nothing. This, on the other hand, does quite a lot. Omen comes around and gets the quick kill in against Sage. And now it's a 2 versus 2. They're still trying to push through the smoke here. A little bit of a fake happening. That's the first kill. Boo goes in against Dala Dave and takes him down. But time is ticking. And that... Holy shit! That's a sick escape on the explosion. Oh my god, we're going to take another look at that for sure. He gets the kill in, but then he's running out of time and he realizes it too, moves away, and then just jumps in, and he could literally see the explosion radius coming in, blasting at him. So now we have a 3 versus 1 setup in terms of rounds here between Nolpenki and Demonic, but it is on, baby! Vac by now with the operator as already expected. We got 1 for the Omen player on the other side as well. And let's have a little bit of a look here. There's the first one. And Dala Dave goes down. Great opening frag by Jet. Back with a really nice opening here. Yeah, same time now. Tries to get a second hit connected. Destrian takes Dala Dave down just as he gets revived again. So they're wrapping around here. And, well, that Resurrect didn't do a whole lot. Another kill is coming in as Destrian is looking for the second shot. Nicely done by him. Ult is now also ready over here. Poking on the window a little bit, behind the boxes, and there it is! Omen down! That's the op player on the side of Demonic, and now they're really in trouble. Down to 2 attackers, the defenders here with 4. Quite a bit of damage pushed onto Jet on the other hand, so the attackers need to be careful too. A couple of blind shots coming through the cage. But talking about cages, as that goes down, we have Cho pushing in from A, trying to find the angle here. The problem for the attackers is the spike isn't here. Oh, and that was kind of unlucky. The wall bang shot here at the end takes him down, and that's another round now for the defenders. Nicely done. A good win for them, 4-1. Jumped over and tried to get... That was actually really well done too. He was running out of time, uses the teleport to make it to the weapon and pick the rifle up here. So nicely done by him. And yeah, by now we have them with a full equipment. 1 Vandal, 3 Phantoms, and in addition to that, of course, the Operator that we already saw in action for Jet in the last game. And it's an eco round. Full-on eco round for Demonic, so they don't really have a lot. Likely going to stack one of the sides, and it seems like they're going to make their play over onto C. With the only one to push through the double doors, being Raze in this case. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. I mean, if they get a couple of shots connected here, that would already be worth it. Smang through the smoke, trying to get some shots connected right here. Needs to be very, very careful. New skins, by the way, in play now too. Just released recently. And there it is. A total shutdown, of course. Nothing that they can really do here. It was a slow approach, and they already had C stacked with 2 players. Third one is coming in now too. And that is just not looking pretty. The only one... Oh, nice! Lynxy at least gets a kill in against Vax, so that's the Operator player. And obviously the weapon gets quickly picked up by Omen, who's going to hand it back as the next round starts. But that was still a decent kill. So a good way to end the round here for them. At least they got 1 kill. Couldn't go for the spike plant, which is always a bit unfortunate. Doesn't give you the credits that you really need here. But the lead is pretty substantial at this point. 3 ults are in play for round number 7 now on the side of Nolpenki. We got them with the ult on Raze. Omen and Jet also still have their own. And especially for Jet, obviously, it's always neat when you have the ult available. A little bit of a poke over here on B, trying to see if someone is going to peek the window. So far, that's not really the case. A little bit of wall banging going on. Not much more than that. Then again, Destrian over here is already trying to get a kill. But it's Omen who starts with the opening frag as he's pushing through a short. And oh, Jet was a little bit in trouble here for just a second. Still alive and gets the kill against Dala Dave, but Dolken responds in kind just a second later and takes her down. Doma, on the other hand, is having none of that. Shutting the approach onto B down quite quickly. Ult is out. There's the wraparound around the wall and the kill. Nicely done. PMC gets 1. PMC gets 2. Just before he goes down, leaving Lynxy as the last man standing, going up against 2. Trying, of course, now to reach the spike first of all, which he just doesn't have. Sneaking that out too. Alright, needs to play against Omen here a little bit. And again, we have also Cypher pushing in, so that's another problem. He's slowly starting to sneak away here. Oh, that was actually close. You might have seen it on the minimap, but the vision cone of the defender Cypher nearly allowed him to get a shot quite into the back of Lynxy over here. Didn't quite work out. There's the spike plant attempt, alright. And that puts us into play with Boo, so he knows what's going on. And, well, Lynxy is low. So here we have it. Could actually be attacked from behind, but it doesn't really matter. They go for the pincer move right there. Chose the one to eliminate him. And that's another round for Nolpenki. They're playing dominant here. They're playing a fantastic round. Definitely one of the high-profile teams here in the tournament now. And they are starting off with a fantastic first half here against Demonic in this tournament bracket. It's a really good job by them as we're heading into round number 8. We still have rifles galore for Nolpenki, and Demonic is really starting to struggle with their credits. Now obviously they lost now multiple rounds in a row, so they are looking at the maximum amount of credits that they can possibly get with that loser's advantage. But it's still going to be an uphill battle with them only being able to afford a Stinger for Lynxy. We also have only an SMG, the Spectre for Dala Dave. So a bit unfortunate here once again. And the attack is coming in. Bo is trying to go for short, and they are all coming in here. Gets a double, gets a triple kill. Oh my god, 3 down as he's finally being stopped. And that shuts down the entire approach onto A. So the last man standing at this point is PMZ. And he has a Vandal, but honestly, the best that he can hope for at this point is probably a Spike Plant and trying to maybe get another kill here. I think he got a glimpse of his opponent, but yeah, good luck with that. Now the location is also revealed since he went straight into the trap here. Yeah, and Vac comes in with a quick kill, gets the operator into play once more, and takes him down. 7 points to 1. Starting to become a bit of a stomp over here, at least in the first half. Of course, equipment playing a huge role with this one too. And still compromises being made for Demonic as they invest into a few light armors. And as you can tell, we also have some sheriffs in play now. So they can't really afford a whole lot here. And this is not going to make things easier for the attacking team as they're trying to at least put a couple of points on the board. I mean, if they're able to do that, right, they might have a chance on the second half to do some work. But so far that hasn't happened. Attempted a kill, got actually a bit of wallbang damage through here too. And instead now they seem to be making a move onto C again, but C is also getting locked down by 2 already. Honestly, Demonic is running against the wall here. They're really struggling quite a lot. We got Doma all the way up at the box, has a bit of a high ground position, and he's not the only one holding C. We also got, in the meantime, still Omen sitting there. Alright, Blind is coming through, jumps away, and, well, there's the kill. But PMZ opened it up with a kill against Jets. That's at least one. Another one down. Boo, on the other hand, still on the defending side, gets 1 kill, gets a second one before they finally eliminate him. Lynxy with a really nice sheriff shot here, and he's able to plant the spike. And now it's a 1 versus 2 situation. That's actually a fantastic round for them right now. It's actually really impressive. So here comes the kill as Show with the Vandal is moving in. There's finally a weapon also for Lynxy, so that's fantastic, but it's still a 1 versus 1 that we're talking about. The 2 Cypher players going toe-to-toe here, and he's expecting him from spawn. It's kind of funny how they're going for the cameras the entire time. But at this point, it seems more and more like we have the kill from Cho. Is he going to be able to get the defuse through? Yes, he has plenty of time here. Good job by him. Gets the 1 versus 2 situation solved and puts another point onto the board for his team. Nolpenki really running away with the first half. Looking at 8 rounds against 1 now. And Doma has by now also the operator. Passes it over to Vac, so Jet is back in business. But thanks to the round that we just saw, we got at least some proper equipment for Demonic. Problem is that Dala Dave is only relying on a Sheriff on this round. And there's not a lot of rounds left in that first half, of course. I mean, we're looking at another 3, including the one that we're currently playing through here. Once again, the move through the double doors, and bam, goodbye. Vac comes in, takes Dala Dave down, immediately retreats. But I think I've seen this movie before. He is doing a fantastic job through the double doors, playing sometimes a little bit more aggressive, sometimes a bit more laid back, and they are going for the double doors again. By now we have a bit of a position switch. Boo is going down here. He's getting eliminated. B is being held still, but Doma gets another kill against Omen, and so we have actually a bit of a trade here. But I gotta say, the cool thing for the attacking team is that they have now access to C, which is completely locked down. Dolkin even has time for the heal and is also able to go for the resurrect. I mean, they are really eager to win this round now. Goes for the spike plant, and this isn't too bad. The problem is that with this operator shot, that's a huge problem. So 1 down already. Mac is still playing over here. Another kill. Nice. Straight through the smoke. Nicely done. They take the wall down. And they are trying to recapture C now. And all of a sudden, it's a 2 versus 3 setup in favor of Nolpenki. So they're going to try and set this up. But there's another kill. And Omen is just absolutely popping off right now. But Vac with the 3rd kill is coming in. Gets 1. But gets eliminated as PMZ says, boys, I got this. And puts another point onto the board for Demonic. 2nd round for them. Nicely done. And with that, we are now looking at, well, 1 more round. Fully equipped this time, though. Phantoms, 2 Vandals, both sides, with everything that they could possibly want here. No compromises being made in round 11. We have also heavy armor on all sides. And this time, they're holding down on C. But nobody is moving in for this one. We actually had Cypher already setting a bit of a trap over here. They're pushing out aggressively already towards the orb. Move coming through the double doors again, though. Yeah, the 2 drones coming through here. And Sova is starting to go for the ult. He tries to get a kill, gets one, takes Destrian down. Nice opening frag for them, but he gets shut down as Omen came in from behind. Of course, now they're going to try and hunt him down, so that's a bit of a problem. But they have to deal with this somehow as well. Cypher has secured A without really knowing it, is giving the information over to Sage, who is now hightailing it straight over to the position. And Omen gets another kill, takes Showdown over here. 11 hit points, but that ult really came through for them. Was able to pick up 2 kills with it, so really nice setup for them. And when we're talking about Omen, there's also another Omen player that we should probably point out here, because he's going to try and make a move now onto A, but he might just run straight into him. Nope, gets the kill and then advances towards the window here. Is this going to be another round for Demonic? It's a 2 versus 2. There we go, ult being used as well, double checking, and has to cancel. Has to cancel the ult here. But we're still continuing. Lynx is sitting right there at the wall, trying to hold the corner, waiting for someone to actually push in. A short gets attacked now too, 1 down already, and there's the hit. Lynxy with 1. Can he get more? That's the question, and the answer is no. Jet comes in, takes him down, and goes for the defuse, and has plenty of time to get it through. That's another point on the board for them. Last round in the half, starting up as Nolpenki is threatening to reach double digits in the first half of this first match in the tournament. Dalton by now committing to an operator on the side of the attackers, and I mean, they are a bit in trouble. Again, they went for a full buy last round, it didn't work out, they weren't able to win it, and now of course, since this is the last round of the half, they have to spend what they got, which means we're looking mostly at Bulldogs, we're looking at a Stinger again, some G-Bird, at least the attempt to come in with the operator now. But nobody is pushing for a shot. Nobody is pushing there. We got the ult out again. This time it's actually PMZ with the Sova trying to get a kill. And so far, it's not really working out. Really get a shot connected here. Apparently trying to make a play for B again, as they already did previously. At the same time, we now got Jet already coming in.
Get out of my way.
And they're actually playing this slow once more. And Bull already double checking at the double doors, but they're going to try and move in for this one now. Jet, by the way, by now also committing to the ult as they are starting to go in for B. Spike has already been planted. Mac is sitting right there, switching back to his weapon and gets taken down pretty much immediately. Nice wallbang right through here. Has no vision. Dalton takes down Doma. Lynxy with a kill against Destrian. 4 versus 1 situation. He gets 1 kill. He gets nearly a second, but it's not enough to win the round. And all of a sudden, we are looking at 9 points to 3 over here. All right. Also pretty happy to see that Riot was busy in the last patch and has fixed a couple of the bugs that we had encountered previously. Now the observer mode might not be top-notch just yet, but it's at least good to see that they fixed the bugs that we had in the last version. So now we can see the full loadout over here again. So thumbs up to Riot. Of course, with the next patch, we would like a few more observer features to make the situation even better for us. But, well, small victories, right? I'll take it. So pistol round is up. And this time we got Nolpenki on the attacking side, so they're going to try and make their way straight through the double doors, or towards B, I suppose.
Here.
And so far it's only 1 defender right there. B is actually not stacked at all. We have 2 on A long and 2 on C. And Omen is the only one that is sitting on B, is immediately starting to smoke the double doors, as they're now starting to rotate over onto C. So this is going to make for a pretty interesting situation right now. Frenzy in the hands of Vac. They're playing it a bit slow. Still a bit of poking happening. Nobody really has any information. But B is open. B is completely open. And yep, they are immediately setting the sights up here. And there we go. Beautiful kill. Tries to go for the second, but the reload screws it up. But they're starting to hunt this down. It's not going to be C. No, they're making their way over towards A right now. PMZ also with the attempt to come through here. That didn't work out for him either, which keeps Omen in a pretty awkward spot. Needs to get a first kill. Doesn't get that set up. And Doma comes in with another kill. Has, in this case, a double that provides the 10th point, the 10th round for Nolpenki. They're only 3 wins away of advancing to the second round of the tournament here. And again, guys, this is the final tournament, so there's 1,000 euros on the line for the winner. But pretty awesome setup that we now have for Nolpenki. I mean, they start off pretty strong in this one. this time. They have, in terms of loadout, the SMGs, of course, set up. Always interesting when you see a shorty, by the way. So straight going for the shotgun setup. And let's face it, if you're on the defender side, shotguns are just absolutely crazy. There's a quick burst through those armored walls, just in the attempt to make sure that there's nobody sitting in the corner going for that setup. There's another kill. Nicely done. PMZ is down, and they got the opening frag already. Vac is actually not wasting any time here, storming onto C and is now covering spawn. Has also gone for the high ground position. There's only 2 defenders remaining, and that's Sage and Cypher. Both of them are now trying to slowly make it over onto C. And yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's a 5 versus 2, and the spike is getting planted for long, so that's going to allow them to also hide in the little cubby over there. At this point, seems like that's going to be our kill. Yes, Doma comes in, gets the hit, and the only one remaining is Instagram Boy over here. Lynxy is maybe going to look into a couple of cameras at this point and hoping that they catch his good side, but he is pretty much locked into this corner and is just hoping to kill someone. But not even that works out. Destrian is taking the kill with the SMG. Gets, of course, hit, but you need a little bit more on the distance with a shotgun in order to take him down. Same time now, though, we have the 11-3 score in this game. And now, of course, full-on setup. I mean, Dolkin, in this case, on the defense, as you can tell, he went straight up for his operator. Had actually plenty of money saved up in the last round. Can't go for an armor because of that, but still has the operator in play. So they're really outgunning Nolpenki. I mean, if they lose this round, then it's pretty much lights out already. So they really have to give their best at this point. So as you can tell, Dolkin is already starting to move out. Yeah, doesn't connect the shot, though. A little bit unfortunate for him. So now he is pushed into a pretty awkward spot because he's pretty much trying to hold both. Holding a short now, but interesting enough, Nolpenki is actually pushing towards a long now. Cypher is gonna try and pay some attention to that. Lynxy is already sitting right over here, but the rest of the attacking team is now also making their way over there and trying to push into a short. Just as we have Sage abandoning the position. That's pretty unlucky. So now they go for a move over on a short and a long. Talking about Sage, Dolkin is trying to get a hit here. Can't quite, gets taken out. Cypher gets also eliminated. And Destrian with the Sova is already taking control over A and goes straight up for the plant. 11 points to 3, 4 versus 3 situation on the map. Sova is trying to push around from long. Has to be really careful that he doesn't run straight into Doma, who's just waiting for exactly that rotation to happen. And he sees the head, trying to get up. Cluster grenade is coming through now too. But Doma is starting to slowly move back. Destrian gets one, Dave another. One down, making Doma the last man standing. Goes up against 2. Gets the C4 kill against Dave. And now it's him against Sova. Knows exactly where he is, of course. Tries to get the hit. Can't get it in, though. The headshot not possible for him. Outgunned as well. PMZ with the kill. Trying to go for the defuse, and this time it's working. Finally, another point for Demonic on the board. Nicely done. Yeah, good job by them. So now with Nolpenki and Demonic really just fighting for victory in the first round. A comeback would, of course, be a bit insane, but let's be honest here. With so much money saved up in the previous rounds, Nolpenki can now finally afford a full setup, and that's heavy armor right there. We now got Vac back on his operator. And we got a Guardian too. Dave with the Guardian. Guardian is actually a pretty interesting weapon right now, especially with the heavy penetration that it offers. So that allows you to just go straight in with a few shots through boxes. That could help you. A little bit of a setup over here, and there's the shot. Nicely done. Headshot instantly. Destrian is trying to get one. Is not able to make it happen, though. Alright, so they take this one down. Spike is still on the ground over here. Then again, 1 down, 2 down. Alright, they're still poking over onto C. At the same time, though, we still have our little battle over here happening in just a moment. Does he see Sage? And, well, the answer is no. So that leaves us with only 2 attackers standing. Well, scratch that, it's only 1, because Lynxy gets an operator shot against Boo, and all of a sudden, Destrian is the last man in the game. So we have a 1 versus 4, and I gotta say, Demonic is fighting for this one. They are heavily behind, and it's very unlikely that they're going to win this one, but they're going to give it their all. Raze is pushing in from the side. And that's execution style right there. Comes in with the Guardian and absolutely just drops him. Blindsides him. And yeah, goodbye, my friend. Double operator now for Demonic. They have one on Lynxy, the other one on Dala Dave. And this is going to be an eco round for Nolpenki. Yeah, the team started off with an incredible lead, but now in the second half, they are tied with their opponent. Each team was able to win 2 rounds. And this is looking like another victory for Demonic. Unless they're getting overrun here. Because, of course, with the eco round, it seems like we're going to have a heavily stacked push towards...
Get out of my way!
Towards A. Now they have a bit of an idea of what's going on here. Kill against Lynxy on the other hand, so that's a bit of a problem. He's not the only one that goes down. Jesus. That comes in and is absolutely ruthless with the ult here. Repositioning again as he sees the cluster grenade coming. But he got the initial 2 kills for the team and is now working on another one. Oh, nearly gets the kill here. Needs to be careful too. Dala Dave comes in. He's the one that is just a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker on the trigger. And Boo comes in and takes them down. The Thrifty victory! Guys, Nolpenki with a big win here. Oh my god, that was impressive. I mean, holy hell, that was a real big one. That was an important win for them. That's 12 points to 5 now. And it's actually kind of incredible if you think about the equipment that went into the last round. Thrifty victory for Nolpenki, and that's the first match point in round 1 of the tournament. Alright, let's get the show on the road. Especially since we still got Dolken over here. Oh man, not him, him. With the operator, so let's see if he can get the opening frag through the double doors. It's gonna poke through, and there it is! Both of the players with a hit though, and oh my god, that was nearly a kill with a boom bot.
I know exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly, and then that was the end of it. 3 players still standing. The attackers now starting to push through here. Dala Dave takes Doma down. Dala Dave with 1, with 2, and we only have Cho remaining. He goes up against Sage. He has it in his hands. They can make it happen right here. Cypher versus Sage. Potentially the last round in this match. Demonic against Nolpenki. Comes around the side. Here comes the revive. Gets 1. Tries to transfer the spray over. But it's not happening. Demonic with another victory. Winning the first match point in this first game. Yeah, money aplenty. We still got quite a lot of resources here for both teams, and immediately operators are being bought again by Dolken for the defenders and by Vac on the attacking side. Outside of that, 2 SMGs had to be bought by Lynxy and MRE, so they couldn't really go for a full setup here. Nolpenki definitely outgunning them a little bit. But once again, Dolken just trying to get the opening frag here as he's looking down A long. And trying to go through the windows here. And he gets it! Takes back down. Operator. Oh my god! Beautiful double shot here. Yeah, nicely done. I'm gonna take a quick look at that again. That was exactly what they needed. Round opens up, takes out the opponent's sniper, and then is able to also hit Cypher as he's trying to jump through here. And that was a super important double frag for them. But of course, the Cypher player has also fallen. 4 versus 3 situation as they're still trying to hold on. Push on to B now. There comes the quick healers. They're utilizing Sage. The big difference here in the game, honestly. Sage versus no Sage. B secured. Yeah, Raze actually secured B. And Omen is starting to push in as well. The attackers have found themselves a decent spot here. Still outnumbered slightly. But can they make that work now? He's still got a couple of ults ready. So far, no spike plant, by the way. They're still waiting it out. They're trying to make their way over here. Sage is there! Dolken with another kill. Destiny goes down. They're trying to swarm him. And they're starting to hunt him down. They get the kill. Here comes the ult though. And that's a problem. Nice dodge with his C4. Doma is holding the flag down for the attackers. But Nolpenki with the 1 versus 2 situation. The spike plant is coming through as Sova is already moving straight onto A. And we have Ray starting to come in from A long as well. The ult is still in play. And that's a kill. Right between the eyes with the rocket launcher. Precision wasn't even needed there, but he got it anyways. Here, on the other hand, comes the battle between the 2 Raze players. Another ult in play, and the kill. Dala Dave coming in, taking him down, going for the defuse, and it's another round win for Demonic. Nicely done. I like it. Yeah, they are really, really fighting for every single inch of the map right now, as you can tell. 12-7. Doing well right now. What does Nolpenki have? they got resources, but they don't have enough to go for a full buy here by any means. I mean, we still have a Vandal in play for Joe. He's the one that had plenty of resources here. And they're actually committing. They were thinking about going for a full eco round, but they're committing a little bit more to this one. Doma gets a Vandal as well, so it's a little bit of a semi-buy that we have from them. Whereas, of course, on the other hand, we still have a fully equipped defenders team that is trying to set this up. And it's A. At least for now. Jet slowly moving over. Important also. Cypher. Yeah, and it's the judge, baby. Those corners, always a dream. Comes in, doesn't scout it out, and there's the shot right there. Nicely done, gets 1 kill in. Needs to be a little bit careful, sees the second, and the judge is ruthless. Lynxy comes in with the easy double kill, taking 2 down, and the attackers are just absolutely vanishing. 2 of them are still remaining, but here comes now the Vandal that he picked up. He gets 1, Doma is able to finally eliminate him, but let's be honest, he's the last man standing here, and the defenders lock down another victory. I mean, again, it was a little bit of a half-buy round for Nolpenki, but now it's 12-8 on the board, and they are really trying to come back here. I mean, it's actually impressive how the defending team is currently winning round after round and working hard for it too. We have triple operator in this one now. We have one on Sage, one on Omen, another one on Mac, and yeah, they gotta be careful here once again. I mean, first of all, of course, we are gonna gleam over to Dolken, who's rotated back towards A long. Has shifted positions a little bit throughout the last few rounds to make himself a bit less predictable. And nothing that he can actually do here. Then again, we have Jet also looking for a potential kill. Problem is that, yep, this bad boy right here also has an operator, and Vac goes down. Demonic, ladies and gentlemen. They're going for it. They're really starting the comeback here. A 6.5 out of 10 moment for sure if it continues down that path. Holding down towards B now. And you can actually tell that Nolpenki is... oh, Nico. He got sent home quickly. That ult didn't do anything. Give them some scouting information, I suppose, but not much more than that. Defenders already on their way. Double doors are getting attacked again. Oh, they have the corner and they get the kill. And now it starts to become a little bit nasty. They're already getting smoked out here, so that's already one. Dala Dave goes down on the other hand, and they take full control over C at this point. So the attackers find themselves in a pretty good spot. 4 versus 3 situation. And keep in mind, this is still match point. If they take this one, then it is lights out. And it will be a tough retake. They're trying to push through defenders, through CT. Du is already sitting right there. He's waiting for an opportunity to get those kills. Yeah, nobody pushing through just yet. 1 down. Lynxy eliminated. As a counter kill though. 1 already down. Yeah, sees it. Gets the hit against Dolken. And here we go. Attackers, they take it and they win the first match in this tournament. GG and well played.